Hi, hope this is working. Alright, so we're going to attempt this. If y'all don't know, guys, I play Magic the Gathering. And I won't be able to read some of these names really well or things like that. But I will tell you guys about my deck that I played on, it was last Saturday. So FYI, I placed top 4, and then I went to the finals. We ended up splitting, which is, okay. I still got the same amount of packs. I got one less pack that I would have got if I would have won. So I'm gonna de-sleeve everything right now. I'm actually doing this as we doing it. So if y'all don't know, I do play Magic the Gathering. I mostly go play in pre-releases, which is interesting. So hopefully you can see. Make sure. Yep, you can see. Okay, cool. I'm going to try my best to bring the card up and kind of just give you guys an angle once I unsleeve it. Just the FYI, speaking of my sleeves, they're awesome. They're Magic the Gathering Ultra Pro. They're really a pain in the butt to shuffle and things like that. But so I played blue-green, and I went ahead and played with the rares that I had. So it's kind of really, really cool. So what we're going to do is separate it by color, and I'll tell you guys how I played. So like I said, I did place top 4. There was probably about 18 people there. So it definitely was good competition. I beat the guy that I played. I went 3-1. I played the guy in the top 4. I think I'm undoing that properly. Sorry, I'm trying to talk. I played the guy that beat me in top 4, and I ended up beating him. He did make a play mistake, but that's another day. So let's go over the artifacts that I have. I did play with 4 artifacts. Let's start with this artifact right here. This is one of the staffs. Basically, you can play a blue spell or an island and you gain a life. It's okay. I went in and put it in. I did have a lot of stuff, so I figured if it was a race, this kind of sets it off. It's not the greatest card in the world, but if it's a race, it gains you life. 1 life is not too big of a deal, but I end up liking it, so that's it right there. Next card is this poison card, which says it's 1 to come in, 1 to pay 1, sacrifice it, target creature gets death touch in the turn. This is a great card for trading. Like if you want to trade and definitely want to kill their guy with a little dude, it happens. Boom. So really good card. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's not as good as these other 2, but a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Next card is, this card by far won me about 2 games, just because it is a artifact. It's 2 mana to come in, pay 1, tap it, sack a creature, gain 4 lives. They have some other ability, but I didn't get to use that. It's like another color. But basically you could block, tap it, sack a guy, gain 4 lives. You don't have to take damage, and you had a 4 life swing, which is great. So definitely a good card. I would booster up this card pretty high. I would definitely say 3rd, 4th, 5th pick in that range, but it's definitely 4 lives, a big swing, because in top 4, I did that a couple times. I blocked, gained a life, blocked, gained a life. I gained 3 times, so I gained 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gained 12 life, and he swung, and he thought he was going to kill me, but I had so much life I could just take it, and then I saw him next turn and killed him. And this is another card that helped me won that game and a couple other games. First of all, any equipment in this format, from what I've noticed, yeah, there is Doomblade, but there's not really a lot of removal. Definitely not a lot of artifact destruction. So it's 4 mana for a 4/4, 0 till the end of turn. This card becomes a 4/4 spirit artifact. And you can only do that. It's no longer an equipment. You can't do this unless you have no creatures. So, but you don't have no creatures in field. Boom. If it was flying, it probably would be amazing. Because you could just not fly for 4, 5 for 4, 5 for 4. So definitely really, really good. So let's go over some of the blue stuff. Let me just compare to see if... let's go over a few good cards that I thought was just really, really amazing. That one, this one, of course. That one, yes. This card. I'll just go over all of them. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing if there's 2 of each one. 2 of those, and that's it. Okay, so let's just start with good old Merfolk. Just 2 mana for a 2/1. Good old blocker. Does what he does. He's a early play. Opportunity? Yeah, did I read that right? Opportunity is really good. It's 50-50. But again, shark player draws a card. It forces them to draw if you need to. Not to say you really want to play that game, but it does happen sometimes. There's spaghetti in the thing. By the way, you can't smell, but there is a smell-o-vision. If you had smell-o-vision, there's an awesome deer chili cooking right now. So, this enchantment is 10 times better than I thought it was going to be. To be able to give your guy flying, to block or hit them, is a game changer. Because there's not a lot of artifact and enchantment destruction that people main board. So you can at least get a 1-game swing and kind of boost your morale, demorale them. So awesome card right here. The Drake. Put these. Put the rares at the bottom. So the Drake was by far. This game has won. It won me a lot of games, especially at the beginning, because it was have somebody else to block, hit him for one, hit him for one, hit him for one, hit him for one. Yeah, it took a little while. My deck was very slow, but it did the job. I don't understand how, but a lot of, just trading, learning to trade with guys is very important. Now, this card's really cool. It's 3 mana for 2/1. When it attacks, it can target another creature you control. It gains flying 2 on the turn. So, if you have a big guy, you can, hit him for that. That's really, really good. This guy was another under the radar kind of guy for me. The flashing ability, 4 for 2/3, 2/3 flashing flying. Any your turn, put him in the play. Next turn you can hit him. Any block a little guy. So definitely a lot of value in this guy. Good old Phantom Warrior. I think that's how you say it. Didn't see a lot of play. He immediately died every time he hit the field. By the way, so the people do not like this guy. I mean, literally can't be blocked. Boom. It was just he never really got to do his job but it's good because you put him in the play, they only worry about him and you get across with some other people. So now definitely the card that I didn't think I was going to play but ended up winning me like a game or two. Definitely ended up winning me 1 game. This card right here, basically what it says, 4 mana, 2 colors, 2 blue. You gain control of an enchanted creature at the beginning of your end step. If the creature has 4 or greater, you have to sacrifice the enchantment. I was like, man, that's just not good. But what it does is you gain control of their guy. And then you can do whatever you want. You can swing, you can attack, you can block, you can, there's so many things you can do, with this card. I didn't know. This card has won me a game, and I was impressed. Another underrated, this card is good. I do know it's good, but it's just underrated. Put target creature on top of their owner's library. Same thing, if you had enough mana, you could do both. It's just to be able to get rid of their creature to swing and hit them, just a lot of value there. Now, I forgot that this guy didn't have, definitely an all-star, but I forgot that he had water something. It's an elemental. I thought he had flying, but he doesn't. But with my enchantment, he does have flying. But the cool thing about him is you could pump to kill a guy, a bigger guy. And that's really, I didn't do a lot of the defense, but the ability to pump and kill, because that's what we'll trade. Boom, you're done. Okay. Yes, I did pull Jace. He helped me 1 game. Definitely, if I have any advice, and I am not no far near I didn't really play a lot with Planeswalkers in my day. So 0. In limited, do the 0 ability. First game I played him, I did a lot of the excuse me. Oh, you gonna see my face. I did a lot of the, draw a card, they take 1 card. Definitely don't do that. You want to definitely do the opposite. You want to, you want to do the 0 ability. Yeah, it's cool to deck them. I am going to agree. If you have the board, if you have like 2 creatures play and you play Jace, that's fine. But if you're going to just put them in play, 0, mill. Especially in limited, because most people are playing 40 cards. 3 people pulled Jace out of our pool, so it was kind of crazy. So, just looking for Giant Spider. I'm going to unsleeve him here in a second. I think that's the only doubles I had. Giant Spider is just an all-star. It's 4 mana, can block flying, can't do nothing about him. He's just, I killed people with him. It was really crazy. I would say, you're going to see I had a lot of 1 damage guys. Don't be afraid. I have guys who produce mana. I guess people think you're just not going to swing with them. Every chance you have to get across the board, you hit them. I'm going to be honest. Giant Growth became more of a destruction card than it did a pump-up spell. It was, it was block. Okay, block, pump him up, kill your guy. My guy stays alive. that's mainly where it came into play. I would say that's where majority of all this came into play. 1 mana, 1/1 hexproof. Love it. Just a good card. You know, just to put it into play at the beginning, they can't really touch it, and it kind of, it's one of those same thing. It gets them thinking. It gets them to think. You know, they're like, well, what is? Oh my God, what is he gonna do? You know, so same thing. And Giant Growth can hit him because it doesn't have Shroud. It has hexproof. Root Wallow. Just what can we say? This guy's an all for a common, probably one of the better commons in the whole set. All-star. So. Lay of the Land, I played it just, it's the only mana curve fixture I had, but just in case I pulled a green, just to let you guys know, game, you know, top 4, first game, last, you know, it was 1-1 last game. I pulled this in my hand and I didn't pull a land, so I was like, whatever, you know, I'm happy. I'm gonna get top 4. Everybody got something. I was gonna get some regardless. So I went boom. I played it. We ended up doing all this crazy stuff, and Lay of the Land helped me get what I needed to get. Same thing with this card. It's just an all-star, just like Giant Growth. It's a little bit better because you can still pump, and then he can't really do nothing to your creature. Really, really good in that case. Llanowar Elf. It's not Llanowar Elf, but basically that's what he is. You know, I put him in play first turn. They thought I was going to use it for mana. If you don't, swing. Hit him. Hit him for 2. Hit him for 1. Hit him for 1. Hit him for 1. 2 more. I got 2 more uncommons. Enlarge was just a crazy card, by the way. That one, Invisible Stalker, and any other creature, it doesn't really matter what it was. You got, this is a value. I thought it wasn't going to be that good, but lo and behold, it had a lot of value. Definitely one of my underrated cards. I knew it was good, but just not as good as I thought it was going to be. You know, until you play with it, you really don't know how good it's going to be, especially in limited. One of the only slivers I played. 1 mana, 2 mana for 1/1, and just can tap for any color. I didn't play any other slivers, but to be able to have that blue, to be able to have the green, to be able to, you know, any, you know, if you're playing for a race deck, it's definitely really, really good. Now, I wish I'd have pulled another one of these, or maybe a little bit more life gaining, but this guy's just awesome. You know, he's 2 for 2, first of all, which is just fantastic. He's foil, that's also fantastic. But he enters the battlefield, he gets X, +1/+1 counters, where X is the number, is the amount of life you gain this turn. So, with the card I'm about to show you, it comes out pretty cool. So, anytime you gain life, this happens. I'm going to explain it on this. So, this says, can't be countered. Next time you summon a creature, it has flash, and then it comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it. That's just the shorter version. So, that's really cool. So, like, I sack, gain a life, play this, play him, you know, put, you know, X amount of counters on him. They don't deal with him. He becomes a big pain in the butt. But this card's just really good just to throw guys out there, you know, with a +1/+1 counter on it. So if I had a bird or I had somebody, or the 1/1, you know, 3 mana, boom, +1/+1 counter, and he, you know, can't be countered, stuff like that. We'll put it over here. And the last but not least, just an all-star also. 3/3. 3 mana, 3 hexproof. Whenever opponent plays a blue spell or black spell during my turn, he gets +1/+1 counter. I never got a counter on him really, but just 3 for 3 hexproof. I knew he was good, but whew, he wrecked some face. And that's my deck. So definitely, I can't say I wouldn't have beat the guy, but hey, we split, no big deal. So top 4, not too bad out of 18. Haven't played in 3 months, so I think I did pretty well. If you have any questions or like to know any advice, or if you have to comment on my deck, definitely let me know if your deck would have beat me or anything like that. So thank you guys for watching. A little bit different of something on my channel. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. I'll show you some of the standard stuff I got. Just want to show you Centaur. So, all right, guys. Like I was saying, my name is Billkeyz, and you guys have a great and wonderful day. And turn off.